What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with a Eurocross seasonal championship, and we have to use an Italian car in the A class. I'm using the Ferrari F40 because, let's be honest, it was either this, a Countach or a Diablo. Yes, there are other cars available here, as you can see, plenty of them, but come on. It was always going to be one of these three. There are cheaper options, so I can understand everyone who says, hey, we have 40, lovely car, but for me it was a tough choice because the Countach and Diablo are also, I mean, we all know what they are. But I really felt like, hey, we don't usually use an F40. Let's change that. And so I did. Let's see how we can handle this. It's a lot of exotic cars here, which I somewhat expected because it was Italy, but still surprised by the selection that we can see here. Getting pushed off the road here a little bit, which is not too nice, but I guess we can manage. Only up to 6 though, so we'll have to make some improvement here, get past the F50. Minor bump there, but it's okay. We can dart in here, that gets us another position, and now we can dart here. That was too late. So we lost position again. Can we do it around the outside? No. See, this is the problem here when you are on the brakes but you drive over the bump and you leave the ground, then your braking becomes incredibly weak and then you just drive into the wall. But we're past here on that occasion, so that's good, and that's only 2 cars remaining here. Full throttle for this corner, that really is a weakness of the AI, that corner. Now we get pushed out here a little bit, but actually helps the third person, so when 2 are fighting, you know. But I'm pretty confident we can take that position back. For example now. Going back on the main line. It's not ideal. So this is also a track where you... Now we got pushed away. What I meant to say, it's also a track where you need to pay attention because it's so easy to hit something, a pillar or whatever. And it's very easy to lose the race on that. Get hung up on something or whatever it might be. So throughout the city you need to be careful. Now we're losing it on this corner again. Not sure if we can get that right in the last lap. Would be splendid. Here for a change we didn't drive over the bump, so that worked a lot better. Making some improvements. I got a comment last week on one of the videos where someone was writing garbage game, and I mean, sure, if you don't like the game, whatever, right? It's fine. But I'm not entirely sure why you dropped that comment. I mean, okay, you dislike it, understood, accepted, but I don't quite understand why you're watching it if you hate the game, or why you click on it. One explanation that was on my mind was, okay, maybe it's a person that would prefer more Age of Empires content, so they drop that comment and imply please upload a different game. Maybe? Maybe it was just a random I'm just probably putting too much thought into that. It was probably just some random person dropping a comment, right? Shouldn't put any thought into that. Oh, we're going over here again. Braking early for that. This is a lot cleaner right now. Getting used to the car, getting used to the tune, and of course the race is more or less over. Going full throttle through that corner again. That really helps overtake VAI. Also this corner. Such a sweet drift through there. Can add that one. So that's race number 1. That's 20 points to start off with. That should make the rest of the championship a little bit more relaxed, although we of course, as always, want to win all races. And while it doesn't always work, it works plenty of times, so we're spoiled there a little bit. From one race to another, which I'm not a particularly big fan of, but it's okay. Gosh, VF40 is such an iconic car. I believe if I showed VF40 to my girlfriend, she would just say it's ugly. Because that happens a lot with these cars. I shall try that later on after the video. I will tell you in the last championship. Oh, that's a P-class championship and I hate those. But I might probably do it anyway. We'll see. Whoa, 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 that was an odd start. There's nowhere really to go here. I mean, there's a gap. So really, this track, what you need to do is you need to check where the gap is, so that you can poke the nose in. Yeah, it worked also. So you really need to stay on your toes. You need to be able to react when a gap opens. There's one. Holding the drift through, that works. And now we're already in third, we have a lot of race remaining, so we can take our time. However, if there is an opportunity, like this one, maybe, noses in, somewhat forced our way in, but it's okay. Now we're drafting, yeah, it's too far. But maybe here, no. Not on this one. Maybe on the exit. Side by side now. It's on the inside, so I really didn't want to close it. Why did he fall back so much? Because I actually wanted to let him pass, because I didn't want to close the door on him and then get punched into the wall, which would have been somewhat disastrous. But then he just disappeared. So, I mean, fine by me, but still, I don't quite understand why. Heartbreaking there. Now up the hill, this is actually a tough sequence because it's so bright and you don't really see a whole lot, but once you know more or less how the track develops through there, and how the corner is laid out, then it becomes okay. Also here at the start of the race, you need to be careful with all of these bumps when you drive over them, because it's very easy to lose the car or end up in some ditch in the wall. So that's something to pay attention to. Reacted a bit strong to the drift, so that's why we had that wobble in there. Sorry. We can't accelerate full throttle out of there, so need to be careful in it a little bit. Rolling through here, and now once again being careful through that corner. I mean, again, once you know it, it's okay, but especially when you start with the game and you don't really know it yet, it's a tough one, tricky one. So race number 2 in the bag, that's 40 points and a somewhat comfortable position for the last race. But we'll manage. Where is it? There it is. Another city race, which I enjoy so much. Where's he driving? Is that for California? Budget Ferrari? I mean, why not, but still, not a fan of it. I would probably rather drive, I don't know, like an M3 or something. Something special from a lower brand than the lowest Ferrari. I mean, it probably isn't, but it feels like it. There's probably one viewer who owns one and that I just diss, but I don't know, I wouldn't like it. And I can't afford it anyway, so it's not like... Would I take it if you gifted it to me? Well, of course I would take it and then probably sell it. But, you know, it's certainly a good car. It's just, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I feel nothing. And when I look at other Ferraris, you know, feelings come awake. Oh, can we push? I wanted to push in here. I mean, it somehow worked, but certainly not as pretty as I thought it would. Which is okay, but, you know, I just thought we can dart in here and just make a great overtake, and now it was just some sort of regular overtake. Maybe it's expectation management that is wrong in my life. Cutting through that. That is actually also a dangerous position to cut because it's so easy to hit the wall and it completely offsets you in the corner. It can send you out. So there are some... I mean, it's a... No, silly, I just didn't pay attention. It's a track in the city, so of course the whole track is littered with danger. But some dangers are more danger than other dangers. Not all dangers are equal. Some are more equal than others. This is what I actually wanted to reference. I have a little bit of a drift, like through there it's okay, but especially that corner coming up, it's so easy to misjudge that and drive it poorly. I really feel like warning you about it. Even though we got it right 3 out of 3 times in this race, so that's good. We only stopped paying attention here last lap and messed up again. So maybe that's the real danger, because it's a corner where you think it's easy and then you don't pay attention. That could be. So that's 60 points, as expected and demanded. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, farewell.